This is Victoria Violet, Gypsy Roots Tarot and Travel. Today, before we get into the tarot, which we're going to be looking at the rest of January at a view, we're going to be going into a crystal that's called malachite, and I have my trusty crystal Bible here, and let's get to it. Please excuse my severe ponytail, but it is early morning, and I'm having my hot cocoa. I hope you're having something to drink as well or eat. It is early morning. I decided to stay home and not work today, so you get me here all day doing tarot. So we're going to go into malachite, okay? And that's what we're going to be looking at. So malachite is a green stone and it has black bands on it. Please excuse the fact that I do live right next to a main boulevard, and some of these people are already out and about. It's already going on, well, it's 8 o'clock here. It's about 8:04. So people are already out and about. One thing that I can tell you about malachite that I've worked with through the years is if you're looking to become more psychically inclined, if you want to be more intuitive, that you should put by your bedside. It does help you to channel better. So you might want to try it for that reason alone, okay? So here we say malachite is a powerful stone, but one that needs to be handled with caution. It is best used under the supervision of a qualified crystal therapist. It is toxic and should be used only in its polished form, which this is. This is what's called a tumbled rock or stone, and it is polished, okay? It's not in its raw state at all, okay? Shouldn't breathe the dust, meaning if it was actually not in its polished state, and you certainly shouldn't put it in any elixirs, especially if you don't know anything about crystals, okay? Malachite amplifies both positive and negative energies. It grounds spiritual energies into the planet. It is believed by some people that malachite is still evolving and will be one of the most important healing stones of the new millennium. Perhaps this one, since we're all being told that we're going into the age of Aquarius now. All right. It absorbs pollutant and negative energies very easily. It picks them up from the atmosphere and from the body and should be cleansed before and after each use. By placing it on a quartz cluster. So let's say these are two different stones. I don't know if you can see them. I hope you can. Placing them as such, and then placing the malachite around the quartz. Okay, this is clear quartz crystal, also known as calcite crystal. Okay, and so that you can cleanse your crystal. So the cleansing occurs when you're placing one crystal on top of the other. Good morning, everyone that's watching. And so that's how you cleanse these. Now, through the years, I will tell you, because I am a crystal shaman, I picked that up just by watching someone that was performing her so-called Reiki on me, but it ended up that she was a crystal shaman, and I loved it so much that I think that I've been doing the crystal shamanism since 2008, I believe, and it's just incredible. Adding crystals to your cleansings that you do on anybody or even on yourself, you should try it, my friends. If you don't have anybody else in the house that can help you, what I do for myself, since I know what I'm doing, is I lay them all around me, especially when I'm trying to reach Creator, when I'm trying to gain an answer. I just put them all around me, okay? So you might want to try doing that if you don't have anybody else to help you with that. But it is a beautiful stone. Again, I'm telling you, it's a beautiful stone. Malachite is a beautiful stone for anybody that just wants to improve their ability to tap into their sixth senses, okay? Just remember, the thing to remember about everyone, and I do mean everyone. I'm gonna give you an example. My eldest child claims he's not gifted. I beg to differ. But when you drink alcohol or take any kinds of drugs, right, it's going to drown out your abilities. So you have to be very careful. If you're somebody that likes to drink, I'm not telling you not to drink. I'm just telling you, be careful. And then on the flip side of that, good morning. On the flip side of that, you've got to be extra careful, because if you're a heavy drinker or you do like to take pills here and there, literally it can bring you into an altered state of reality where you're easily gotten into. And that's a no-no. When I say gotten into, I literally mean you can become possessed or taken over. You've got to be very careful when you're trying to do things, okay? When you're trying to do things with the metaphysics, it's not as easy peasy as people think. So you have to use precaution. Again, I'm not telling you not to. Good morning, my dear. Who is this? Silly Lily. Hi, Silly Lily. You literally do really have to be careful. But if you want to gain more insights to your own gifts, malachite is the way to go. You can wear it as well. If you buy it on a bracelet or a pendant, you know, anything that you'd like to be wearing is going to add more to you. But just be careful, because some crystals they have different properties, so they do different things, okay? Let's get into what is coming for the rest of January. We're going to use our tarot deck here to get involved into this reading and see what is coming. Again, I hope that you guys grab something to drink. I stopped drinking coffee, so that is literally hot cocoa. And it's not the same, of course, it's not the same. But at the same time, I'm just trying to give my body a rest. Just trying something different. And we should all do that. All right, we're going to take from this week, which is Saturday, to the following Sunday, okay? Let's see what's coming. So Spirit, what we would like to know as Libras in general is what is coming from this Saturday to the next weekend, ending on Sunday. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. These are the things you should look out for, whether negative or positive. And these are the things that you should be able to take advantage of if they're in the positive, okay? All right. Let's go. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and next Sunday. So the first card, I don't like it very much, but oh well. Something with the Seven of Swords is wanting to come towards you. Now, I'm going to read the card. That's the way I'm going to do it today, is I'm just going to simply read the card to you, and then you figure out what it is that's trying to come towards you, and if it's good, bad, or ugly, because I'm reading for everyone. It is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So some of the things are going to pertain to you and some are not, okay? Take everything with a grain of salt because you have free will. Seven of Swords, okay? You're sneaking around and you think you've gotten away with it. One misstep and you're going to be caught. Is it worth it? The upright Seven of Swords may also be indicating that you need to prioritize and don't go through any shortcuts for your responsibilities. Efficiency to get more out of your plate, off of your plate, and focus on the bigger picture. So what are they saying? Even if you're not sneaking around, okay, might be somebody that's trying to sneak back into your life. This is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius card. It is an air card. Why? Because it's got swords on it, okay? But it's also talking about possible betrayal, theft, dishonesty, getting away with something, or acting strategically, which is what I really believe, that if it's talking to you today, you're thinking of being more strategic. How can I make the best out of my time? How can I use my time wisely? Or how can I get the most out of what I want from life in general, right? But on the flip side, my Libras, for Saturday, it's talking about a possible person coming around that possibly wants to get away with something or coming in very sneakily. Remember, Don't let people put you in third-party situations. Triangles are no fun because, again, as the card read, you might get caught and then you're just as guilty as the other person. I'm not here to tell you what to do and what not to do. I'm only here to advise, okay? So again, try to get the most out of life today. Get a lot done and see where it takes you. But on the other side of that coin, be careful. Be very aware of people that want to come towards you with maybe not the best intentions, okay? All right. For Sunday, which is tomorrow, you have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is always coming in with an offer, okay? An offer of some sort. With this one, because he has a fish, it could even be food. It can even be, let's go out and eat. You know, something as simple as that. But it's usually an invitation or some kind of offer. Page of Cups says, listen to your heart and go with all things sentimental and romantic. Share those tender moments with someone special. Feel free to express your feelings. Dance like no one is watching. And be a giant goof. Have fun and be wild, Moonchild. That's beautiful. I had never read it. That's very beautiful. This is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water. So you're already dealing with water and air so far, my Libras, and you're just getting into Sunday, okay? I'm calling out the elements due to, just in case you are dealing with someone that's in that sign, or if not, just to let you know what type of energies are coming your way, okay? Creative opportunities, news, messages, information, curiosity, possibility, happy surprise, dreamer, sensitivity, and new love, okay? So again, those are the things that might be coming your way. You never know. So just be on the lookout for that on Sunday. On Monday, you have delays. I don't like this. That's what I'm getting from this card. I heard delays. On Mondays, you have delays. On Monday, you have delays. You have the Five of Cups, which is normally someone that's sitting here with a broken heart or some kind of grief they're going through, experiencing a loss for sure, okay? The Five of Cups. You're suffering a big heartbreak. Perhaps a divorce, breakup, abandonment, or a bereavement, with all the negative connotations that this card can bring. There's a positive message that no matter how dire your situation, there's always a silver lining. You just need to choose to see it. This is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water card. So again, 2 cards of water so far. Acceptance, loss, sorrow. Moving on. Finding peace, personal setbacks, self-forgiveness, bereavement. Someone is, it feels to me like a loss. Someone is battling just a sense of a broken heart, a sense of a loss, a deep sense of regret is what I'm feeling. Regret. For Tuesday, I see the energy coming in from the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Page of Wands is normally talking about someone who wants to communicate or has some communication to bring towards you. The Page of Wands, you're embarking on something new, but you may not have a plan in place or know where you're headed. You need to activate that creative restlessness somehow, but be sure to put some energy into plotting out your journey before jumping in. Find a mentor. So some of you will have to have someone to talk things over with. Some of you, your mentor is your higher self, the great I am, the divine, the archangels, etc. Okay? This is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire card. Okay? So now we have air, water, and fire so far on the table. Important ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit. They've already talked about being a free spirit twice. They've already talked about that twice. Interesting. Exploration, news, messages, information, excitement, and freedom. Okay, so exciting news is on its way. But you might have anxiety if things don't seem to be going fast enough for you. So be careful. That's for Tuesday. Be careful not to get yourself wrapped up in anxiety. Instead, just temper yourself. Be patient with yourself, okay? But something exciting is coming, okay, on Tuesday. For Wednesday, we have the Two of Wands. Normally, this is an indecision. Normally, this is someone that's always attempting to decide and then decide and then decide. What do I mean by that? It's like, that doesn't make sense. Actually, it does, especially for a Libra. A Libra that is unbalanced, we need to be very, very careful with the Two of Wands. Careful not to stay in that energy for too long. It can trap us. It can render us helpless or feeling helpless. And it can render us feeling like there's no way out. Be very careful with that. So on Wednesday, the Two of Wands, you've been hit with a spark or inspiration. Now, you must figure out how to turn that fire into action. Be sure to lay the groundwork before blasting forward. That's the second card that's saying, make sure before you leap you have a plan. Okay? So don't go off half-cocked this week coming, because it may not go too well, Libra. Okay? Before blasting forward, so that you don't stumble over your own feet. Let your intuition guide you. This is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius fire card. Planning, progress, making decisions, discovery, leaving home, travel plans, happiness, goals attained, foresight, reconciliation. Are you having fights with someone this next week coming, and then maybe you decide to reconcile? Well, for some of you, that might be exactly what happens on Wednesday. Be very careful. Make sure that that's what you want. Because an ungrounded Libra can be talked into almost anything. Be understanding where that's concerned. Stand on your own 2 feet. Stand your ground, and make sure that whatever it is that's being asked of you, it's actually what you want, and not actually somebody else's whims that you're giving into. It's your life. So for Thursday, you have the moon. I thought I was getting rid of this. It fell out before I even got online, and I was hoping the moon was not going to follow us, but here it is. The moon. Trickery, lies, or someone overly sensitive, feeling overly sensitive. Either ways, well, on the lie side, if somebody's going to lie or you're going to lie, those are being caught up, because I'm telling you, with the first card out, which is the Seven of Swords, is literally telling us those lies may be found out. Be careful that you're not followed as well. If you do have clandestine types of situations going on, be careful there. You have the moon. Okay? The moon. The moon is telling you that things may not be as you see them, or they may seem. Trust your instincts to see past those illusions, these illusions. You may also be experiencing mood swings, dominant insecurities, or instability. If you're waiting for an answer, then be prepared to wait. So if you're waiting on an answer, this is not an answer. This is we don't have an answer for you. So the moon does occlude things. The moon does cause things to be hidden temporarily. So stop and think about that as well, that you may not have the answers. But something keeps coming back and telling me, if you do have a clandestine relationship going on, it's not as hidden as you think it is. And everything is hidden before it comes to the light. Just because I love my Libras, I am forewarning you to be very careful, because things may come to light that you don't want coming to light. If you're enjoying having a third-party situation, for example, and you don't want people to find out, or don't think people are going to find out, oh, honey, they're going to find out. They're going to find out. So just, it's better to be safe than sorry, okay? So for Friday next week, we have the Knight of Pentacles, okay? We have the Knight of Pentacles. And I'm sorry that it's really dark. I decided not to have the overhead light because I have a lot of natural light in here, so I hope everybody can see very well. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles. Well, we already know this is a very slow night. I always tell people that's because he's very patient, first of all. This knight has the patience of a saint. So anything that you're wanting to move fast is not going to happen with this card. It's just not going to happen. The other thing to know about this knight is he rides on a Clydesdale. Clydesdales are big animals. They might as well be an elephant. They're huge, okay? And so they're not like the other knights that are coming and going very swiftly. That's not the way this knight works. But one thing that this knight does have that the other knights do not have is maturity, foresight, and also patience. A lot of patience. So when this knight comes into view, whatever it is that you're wanting is a short thing, but it's a waiting game. It's not going to happen super fast, okay? So Friday next, it says the Knight of Pentacles. The upright positioning of this card is an indication of a need to be trustworthy and reliable. The daily grind of responsibilities might not be the most exciting, but if you put your head down and put in the hard work, you will reap great benefits. So again, anything that this knight touches is a sure thing. Anything that this knight touches is something that's meant to be. And because of that, you can bank on whatever's happening on next Friday to be positive. It just may not go as fast as you want it to. This is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn Earth card. I think this is the first Earth card that we got because we had air, we had water, and we had fire on the table. But this is the first Earth card that you have, and this Earth card is in reference to next Friday. For Saturday of next week, we have the Judgment card. So something does go in your favor here. That you need to know that it is going to go in your favor. Whatever's coming on next Saturday, it is coming in your favor for sure. Okay? Judgment. The upright positioning of the Judgment card indicates a moment of self-reflection. You're likely close to reaching a significant stage in a journey. This journey may not have been an easy one, and you may find comfort in sharing your struggles with others to find camaraderie. Now it's the time to face challenges head on. So something may come this next weekend that you may not find the easiest thing to get through, but you do have the energy and you do have the ability to get through. Hi, is it Mashimo? So just know that you will get through all of this Saturday next, okay? This is a Pluto fire sign. OMG. This is a Pluto fire sign, guys. This is a card of Pluto. And I just realized that. we're in Pluto right now. Pluto is very much large and in charge. So yes, there are a great many things happening planetary wise to us all, but it's going to affect you, Libra, in some kind of way for it to come out. That means you need to spend quality time and paying more attention to everything that's coming your way this next weekend, and do it with care. Our last and final card for what's coming for this next week, the whole of next week, is the card of the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, just like the Page of Cups, is an offer. Okay, it's a beautiful offer of love and chivalry, because it is the knight bringing it, and it is a cup card. Okay, this one says you're feeling in touch with your emotions and have no qualms with listening to your heart over your head. Be sure that you're keeping things in check, though, as everything needs balance. A person or message may be arriving soon, as the knight often brings gifts of their suit. So again, what is the gift? The cup. What is the cup? Love, emotions. This is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water card. Okay? Creativity, romantic, charm, imagination, beauty, knight, and shining armor energy, following the heart and proposals. I'm going to tell you, for Saturday all the way through Sunday, you have a lot of fire and air coming through. A lot of fire and water coming through. Look at all of this. These are all water. These are all water. So these are the days that are going to be marked, that you're going to find that water energy is more dominant on these days than on the others. So stop and think about how much water is going to affect your chart or affect your days in the next coming days. So just be forewarned, you might have a lot of emotion. You may have a lot of sudden, and I'm talking to everyone, you may have a sudden feeling that you want to cry, or overwhelming desire to reminisce and think on the past, think about things maybe you possibly didn't think about for a long time. That's normal. It may happen. When it happens, just go with it. In that instance, the malachite is not going to be your friend. That's not the crystal to perhaps have on hand. Instead, I would use a gentle quartz crystal, okay? Or I would use a loving rose quartz crystal. Those are the ones that are going to, it may magnify a little bit, but then it'll also taper off the energies that you need to work with in order to feel better and more balanced in your body. So just be aware of that you may be a little bit in the weepy side, or you may be a little bit overly emotional, or some things, rose quartz, some things may just get under your skin a little bit this week coming. Be very careful about that. Be very careful about that. Be very, very careful about that, so that you don't allow yourself to fall into the trap of having your emotions speak for you. And if your emotions speak for you and they're in the high, meaning more fire, more water, your words may not come out right. With the Seven of Swords, your words may not come out right, because there's only one sword card for all of this, and the swords represent Libra. So that might mean that you're not able to speak correctly, or you may not get your words out correctly, or your point across correctly. Be very careful with this next week coming. This card just kept calling me and calling me and calling me, and it's on the table, but it's a whole other deck, and the card just kept calling to me. So I picked it up. Let's see what, oh my gosh. For those that are feeling in the Nine of Swords, you need to, you know, I hate to say cut it out, but you need to cut it out. No, I'm not your mother, but I will tell you as a Libra, if you stay with this amount of swords over your psyche, over your brain, it's going to explode. You need to calm down, and you need to find a way to soothe yourself, whether that's a hot bath, a bubble bath, sitting under a tree, walking your dog, playing with your cat, I don't know, watching an enjoyable comedy. This time frame that I'm looking at, and I have to be honest, as a Libra, I'm gonna have to pay attention to this too. The energies are being magnified. What does that mean? That means that if you're in a positive energy, my dears, that's what you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel in a positive attitude. If you're watching killings and things like that in these thrillers, psychological thrillers, or horror movies, that's what you're going to feel. Your energy, because you're an air sign, will be unbalanced. So I'm not telling you don't watch these things. I'm telling you be careful when you watch these things during this week to come, all the way through next Sunday, because I feel that with Pluto coming in for you, that's telling you you're going to have to watch your energies. You're going to have to watch your sentiments. You're going to have to watch your emotions, because you may end up being in a very, very low or a very, very high. I'd rather be on a high. I'm sorry. I don't care if I look crazy to the outside world. They don't pay my bills or my way. That's all I have to say. So I don't care. I'd rather look like I'm, and it's funny I should mention this. When I was much, much younger, I was about 17 or so, people used to think I drank. I didn't drink in those years. I wasn't old enough to drink or to buy drink. So my personality has always been bubbly, even though I'm an introvert. But I was always, if I had friends, my friends, I would always be very casual with them. So I was always bubbly, but people thought I was intoxicated or had something to where I was tipsy, because I was jovial. I'd rather be jovial than to be looking crazy like this, like, oh my gosh, you know, I want to unalive myself, the sky is falling, henny penny kind of attitude. I'd rather be jovial. I'd rather be accused of being too happy, that's what I'm trying to say, than to be negative. So be careful, because it feels like when I touched this card, which is the Judgment card of Pluto, I'm telling you, it feels to me like whatever energies are coming for this week, and I'm talking about a whole 7 days, that's why I did it all the way to next Sunday. Be very careful not to buy into other people's energies. If they're angry, leave the room if you can. Get in your car, drive away. I don't know. You know what to do. You're an adult. If you're in a school or if you're at work, well, you can't do that, right? But you can close yourself off energetically. Create a bubble of light, and place yourself into it. And don't buy into that energy, because I'm telling you, the energy, the sensation I felt when I picked this up was war, anger, disaster, fighting. You don't want any of that. I know you don't need that. You don't need the energy of the world of that sort. If you're an empath, if you're a light worker or a chosen one, an earth angel, whatever you want to call yourself, then you don't have a choice but to get into the fight. I know this, but you still can place protective energies around you before you go into the fray, before you start preying on others and over others or situations. That's what I'm saying, because I'm promising you that you're going to absorb things that aren't necessarily yours, and when you do that, it's not going to be pretty, and you might find it hard to shake for all of those days. You don't want all your 7 days to be feeling icky. That's the energy. feeling icky, feeling heavy, heavy laden, feeling spiteful, angry, resentful, or just having the energy of unpleasantness around. Okay, so don't. But every time you have no choice but to go into a bigger crowd, let's say 3 or more people, please do pick yourself up and energize the energy around you. Again, just imagine a bubble. You can't imagine a bubble? Imagine the sphere, right? The sphere. Imagine yourself getting into the sphere, okay? And then the energy surrounding you. And that's all you have to do. A beautiful, pure light of Creator. And that's all you have to do. This has been your reading for today of what's coming for this next week. And yeah, hold on to your britches because it's going to be a bumpy road. Some of it is going to be okay. I'm not going to say you're not going to have great things here and there. You're being offered twice over through the week an invitation or an engagement or being gifted something. Those are beautiful things. But the people that are coming or may come towards you may or may not be your cup of tea, may or may not come with the best intentions with the 7 of Swords. So just be careful and you can pick and choose. I'm sorry if people say, that's so rude, you know, why you don't want this person because, no, I don't want this person because they have issues. That's very true. And they're their issues and they're grown people, grown adults that have to fix themselves. There's nothing wrong with saying that. And if people don't understand that, well, it's not their life. They have to pick and choose what's right for them. With this moon coming in, again, a lot of emotionality. Just keep it simple and don't ride into the sunset too fast, but don't ride into the sunset with people that are grouchy, irritable, mean-spirited, road ragers. Stay away from the road ragers. Just understand the planetary alignments. I just remembered the Leo King last night was saying, David Palmer, the Leo King, the astrologer, was saying we're in the same planetary alignment as the Civil War. What happened in the Civil War? There was fighting, people dying, etc. So a lot of people will want to be angry because of the energy. It's not an inviting energy. The energy is not a beautiful, touchy-feely type of energy. It's more like a volatile, you happen to be in my space, so you now become my enemy. So just be careful, guys. Be careful. And again, bubble of light, beautiful, beautiful, white, iridescent light of God. Much love and light to you all. I hope that you gleaned something out of this. Please do hit the subscribe button, hit the all button so you know when I post. And if you haven't already considered, please do consider subscribing so that I can see your beautiful names and beautiful faces again. Till next time, my friends. Bye. Have a beautiful Saturday and a beautiful weekend.